Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay, I see good attendance today. I hope we continue this for the entire course. Okay, so yeah, I think let's start, right? All right, guys, I welcome you all to day one. And as you know me, my name is Amit. I will be your trainer for this session, which is Red Hat Linux. And what we are going to study is Red Hat fundamentals, Red Hat Linux fundamentals. Okay. Okay, so basically, if we say in a layman's term, we are going to get prepared for Red Hat certification, RHCSA. This is the first one which you can attempt. All right, so this is the prerequisite to the next certifications. If you don't clear this, you cannot appear for the next certifications. Okay, it's the step number one. All right, and yeah. So what are we going to cover in this? Let me again open it, show it to you. All right, so these are some topics, maybe 10 to 12 topics are there, where we are going to cover the commands, the important commands, and how to manage the applications, the servers in the sense, application servers, okay? How to manage the hard disk and how to update the servers, the operating system, how to manage the networking part, how to manage the groups, the users, how to manage the server security, and how to manage containers. Okay, so container is again very
Someone is
important.
talking, we can't hear you.
Someone is talking. Okay, I think everyone is mute. Guys, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I ask some questions?
Yes, definitely.
What is the difference between Linux Plus and RHCSA certification?
Linux Plus and the RHCSA certification. It's again, uh, you know, in the both of the certifications, you need to cover the fundamentals, right? But the
Yeah.
selection of topic is on the hands of the organization. For example, Red Hat wants you to learn all these topics, containers, SE Linux, all these things which I have mentioned here. Regarding Linux Plus, the topic list might be less, or few more topics might be added. Okay, it's like that. But ultimately, you are covering the fundamentals of Linux. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. And one more thing, if you're not speaking, just make sure you're on mute. Although I can also mute everyone, but still. All right. So this is the basics. Plus, I'm going to teach you. Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. What is the difference between Linux and Linux administration?
Linux is the operating system, and Linux administrator is the person who is going to manage the Linux operating system. Okay. So, for example, Windows, if you know Windows, you're the Windows administrator, Windows server. Okay. So, similarly, Linux administration. Right. So, yeah. So, I'm just trying to, explain what are you going to learn through this course. Okay. It will be complete fundamentals of Linux. By the end of the course, you will be able to administer any Linux operating system. And in the industry, you will see Red Hat Linux most of the times. All right. So once we cover the fundamentals of Linux, we will start with Ansible, which is like the introduction part to Ansible. Uh, Ansible is like very important because it is the automation tool. If you have to do something manually on multiple servers, you'll be wasting multiple hours. For example, add user Amit on 100 servers. Okay, so it's not like you're going to log into each and every server and then add the user. Instead, you can use Ansible automation and add the user Amit on all the servers all at once within like 2 to 3 minutes maximum, or maybe 5 minutes maximum. Okay, so this is the power of Ansible. You will be saving a lot of time. And as a system administrator, it's good to have Ansible skills, and it is also in demand. Okay.
Sir, sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
interrupt. Yeah, no worries.
Sir, there are so many operating system in the Linux.
Yes.
Why particularly Red Hat Linux?
Yeah. So let me explain you that as well. So when we say Linux operating system, I was actually about to come to that point also. So when we say Linux operating system, you may hear something like this: Ubuntu Linux, or maybe Kali Linux, very popular these days. Mint Linux, Pop OS, Arc Linux, Rocky Linux. Okay, so these are all flavors of Linux operating system. Why don't we have such things or such flavors with Windows or Mac OS? The reason is Linux is open source. Open source in the sense that you can download the source code of the Linux operating system and modify it as per your requirements and redistribute it by a different name. Okay. So when we say Linux, so the original Linux source code is maintained by Linus Torvalds. He's the one who created Linux and kept it open. Okay, so you can also download the Linux source code if you know if you know how to code for the operating system with C and C++. Okay, if you have that knowledge, you can download Linux, the source code, make the changes you want, enhance the operating system, overall operating system, and redistribute it by a different name. Okay, so if this is the story, then what about Red Hat Linux? Red Hat Linux also is the same. It is one of the Linux flavor, but there is a difference, fundamental difference. The fundamental difference is with Red Hat Linux, you get support. You get assurance of uh, vulnerability free operating system. Okay, there are no security loopholes. Even if it is there, if it is found, it is fixed quickly, maybe within a day, maybe within 2 days, like that. Okay, so you get a support, a dedicated support from Red Hat organization. Okay, Red Hat is a very big company. Now it is owned by IBM. Okay, what Red Hat did is they downloaded Linux from the source code. Okay, from GitHub, the online repository. They modified it as per the industry requirements so that it can handle the industry workload. Okay, so production level workload. So once this Linux operating system was ready, they named it Red Hat Enterprise Linux Operating System. In short, we say RHEL. Okay, so RHEL stands for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And with Red Hat Enterprise Linux, you get support from Red Hat, which means if you're stuck with some problem, Red Hat can provide you a solution within 2 hours, 4 hours, like that. And for that, you need to pay a license fee or subscription fee. Okay, so it's like that. Now the question is, can you download RHEL for free and use it for free? Yes, you can download for free, use it for free. Even if you want a subscription license for free, it is possible. You can have 1 year subscription license. See, we are students, we are freshers, right? So you can have 1 year developer license for free. I'll tell you how to do it. Okay, so these 1 or 2 days, we'll just go through Linux very slow. I'll I'll take your queries and I'll try my best to give you the answers. Okay. Fundamentally, we need to be very clear what are we doing in this class. Okay. So we are,
Suppose if that license is expired, what will like?
if your free license is expired, you can renew it again. Okay, it's very easy. You just have to click renew and that's it. It's done. In the companies, when the license is expired, they have to buy the license again. They have to pay the subscription fee. Okay, it's a whole lot different story. We'll discuss this in the upcoming classes. Okay, not now. Okay, what about Ubuntu? It is paid or free? What is it? Ubuntu is free to download, free to use. Is there any support? No, not till now. It's free. without any support. Kali Linux, same story. Only RHEL and one or two or more like SLES. SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. This is also a competitor of RHEL. Again, Linux based operating system. They also offer support, and in return, they ask for some fee, license fee or subscription fee. Okay. What is more popular among these operating system in the industries, in the companies? The most
Rich.
popular is, yeah, RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Yes, you will also see SLES, SUSE Enterprise Linux, SUSE Linux Enterprise Server also, but only on few selected servers or only on few selected companies, because it is majorly used by the organizations which are using SAP application, SAP database. So for SAP, the most compatible operating system is SLES. Okay, so if your company is not using SAP or there is no SAP in your project, I don't think so you'll see SLES operating system. Although if you know the fundamentals of Linux, you can work on any operating system. Okay, fundamentals obviously are the same across all the flavors. Only with RHEL, there is one difference, that there are few commands which might be different in Ubuntu, in Kali. For example, you want to update the operating system, Red Hat operating system. You will type the command DNF update like this. Whereas in Ubuntu, you will type apt update, something like that. In SLES, you will type zapper update. Okay. Commands are a little bit different, but functionality wise, all are same. And I don't think it's a very big difference. You can search it, what is the command for that, and you can run it. It's like, if you're the system admin, you will be able to find a way how to do the stuff, how to administer, even on a completely different flavor. Let's say on Kali Linux, although it is not meant for companies, not for production servers, but still you can just open the documentation. Once you are done with the trainings, you can perform any task on any operating system. Okay, fundamentals are the same. All right. So again, if you go to any company, like for example, Facebook. Okay. So on Facebook, there are most of the servers are running on RHEL operating system. Okay. So it's a heavy duty operating system. It can manage heavy workloads. It can run on dated hardware as well. Okay. It's not like you need to have the latest and the greatest hardware, server hardware available. No, it can run on any hardware. So this is the power. Also, it is very secure, robust, stable, and with this support from Red Hat, it's a very good combination. So that's why companies prefer Red Hat. Okay. Also, yeah, let me jump to the slide first. Okay, so I'm not sure if everyone was present on the demo class where I have explained most of the things, but let me still open that uh, presentation which I gave on the day one demo class. Also, feel free to help me understand what is your objective, or why have you chosen this class? Are you looking for a job as a fresher, or are you looking to upskill and you want to switch your current organization on a different role? Okay, maybe you can type it, or maybe you want to unmute and let me know. Okay. So this was the PPT which I presented on the demo day, where I had introduced myself and introduction to Linux. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, most of the companies, big MNCs, are using Red Hat operating system on their servers. Facebook, Adobe, Cisco, Dell, HP, IBM. All right. Okay. If someone is a non-IT student, do not worry. Okay, because just answer me this. You might be using a phone, maybe iPhone, Android phone, right? Did anyone teach you how to use a phone, use that phone? No, you figured it out yourself, because the interface is such that it's easy to navigate and stuff, right? Similarly, this is again, Linux is just another operating system. You just need some instructions to run things. Maybe some concepts are completely new, but don't worry. Since you have decided that you are going to learn Linux, I'm sure you'll put some extra efforts to, get some material to understand new concepts. Let's say there is a concept of LVM, logical volume management. Okay, this concept is new for technical students and non-technical students as well. Okay, let me write it here. For example, there is LVM. Although I'll make you understand what is LVM, but for non-technical, there might be a situation that they are not able to understand what exactly is a hard disk or what is a sector on a hard disk. Okay, so my responsibility is to make sure that you know the basics. If you have any doubts, you can unmute and ask. Okay, but still, I'll try my best to cover the basics. And every student is for me a non-IT right now. Okay, so we'll see along with the journey, whatever queries you have, I'll try my best to answer. Okay, someone has messaged, I want to apply for 2-year experience. See, if you have 2 years experience, if you're trying to communicate this, like if you have 2 years experience, you want to switch a job, then yes, Red Hat Linux is definitely going to help you. You can join a new organization as a L3 resource. Okay. Uh, Someone has messaged working as a Windows system admin and looking for Linux administration. Perfect. So you can switch from Windows admin to Linux admin with automation skills. Don't forget that. Okay, so from today onwards, just keep it in your mind that once you learn Linux, you have to focus on automation. You don't have to do anything manually. Fundamentals is okay for the learning part, but when you do something, priority should be automation. And I'll teach you. Not the complete part. Obviously, Ansible automation is like another 50 hours course. I'll try my best to cover most of the topics so that you can start automation at least.
Sir, can you tell me that automation, just basic?
Yeah, absolutely. Can anyone confirm? Is my screen visible?
Yeah, visible.
Yes,
It's
sir.
visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Someone is saying it's not. Okay.
It is visible. It is visible.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. For the automation, let me just give you a brief. See, when we say administration or what exactly are we doing in Windows administration or Linux administration? We are performing some tasks. Let's say the client says, I need to have a user, or let's say add a user on 10 servers, and the username should be demo1, for example. So as a system admin, you're going to log into server 1, create the user demo1, log into system 2, do the same thing, add the user demo1. Okay, you will do it one by one. You might take, let's say, 1 hour of time, okay, to complete this activity. Whereas if you know Ansible automation, you can just write one single command like this: Ansible space all space -m user, and give the username like this, name equals to demo1. So this is one single command. This one single command will connect to all the servers, whether it is 10 servers or 20 servers, and it will create the user demo1 automatically. You don't have to do anything. Simply press enter. Within 2 minutes, the job will be done. So you're saving at least 55 minutes of your time. Okay. All right. So this is the power of automation. You don't have to manually do anything. Just provide the instructions. So this is a kind of instruction, right? Where we have mentioned Ansible is the command. All means the all servers, like 10 servers. Okay, if you are looking for some limited servers, you can mention all one by one, comma separated, like server 1, comma server 2, comma server 3, like that. -m is the module. Ansible doesn't work on command, it works on module. So user is the module name, like that. So don't worry, I'll explain you all of this. This is just the introduction. I'm trying to explain this automation part. Okay, Naga, you can do. You can just disconnect and reconnect. I'm not.
Hi, sir.
doing anything.
Vishen.
Hello. Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, I want to just know one thing. Like I've been following your like 0 to 0 in Linux program. So is
Okay.
it a same program or like this is something different actually?
No, it is the same. We have just updated the topics as per the Red Hat syllabus or the courseware. So
Okay.
whatever you learn will be the latest one.
Okay.
We have
Thank you,
been
sir.
teaching Linux from long time, right? So
Yes.
the topics get updated as per Red Hat. So when Red
Okay.
Hat releases new operating system, we update the topics, and likewise we are going to deliver the training.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah, I'm from Nepal, sir.
Yeah. Hi,
So,
Arjun. Hi.
yeah, and I see the most of the requirement vacancies post. Along with the Red Hat, they ask for SQL. Is Red Hat
SQL.
is
Okay.
enough to get job?
Okay. It's a good question. Is Red
Yeah,
Hat enough to get a job?
yeah.
See, if you are master in Red Hat, then
Mm,
it's enough to get a job. But if you're a fresher, then yes, you need to have basic knowledge of some certain technologies. For example, operating system, database, any programming language, any. It's not mandatory, but it's good to have. Okay. Operating system, database, any programming language, and data structure. Again, it's optional. And these are all topics of, like, you might have learned these in the college, right?
yeah.
So these are all the same topics. Hold on, spelling mistake. All right, so these are all topics which you learned in the college. Operating system doesn't specify Windows, Linux, the journal, the fundamentals of operating system, how the process is executed by the CPU, okay, process queue, or how the data is saved on the hard disk, all those fundamentals. Okay, so if you're a fresher, make sure you revise all of those topics which were there in your course. Maybe you're a BTech or MCA or BCA, like that. All right. Again, for the database also, similarly for a programming language, the basics is important. All right. So if you know the basics in database, SQL becomes easy. Okay. You can learn SQL by yourself as well. Uh, and if you just know Linux, is it again possible to get a job without all of these things? Yes, it's possible. But for that you need to be very good. Okay. So how to be good in Linux? Just practice. Practice the same question again and again, because sometimes a single question may have 15 commands to solve that. For example, like this: run HTTP server on port 84. This is
RHCSA is
one
enough
one example,
to
right?
become good in Linux, sir.
Sorry, please repeat your question.
RHCSA is enough to become good in Linux.
RSCSA is a start. With
Okay.
RSCSA, you get to know the fundamentals, and you're ready to
Yeah.
to work on the live servers. But is it enough? Maybe for a freshers, yes, it is enough. But for experienced, I would suggest to go one step ahead till RHCE. RHCE is the certification number 2. Okay, and you have the option to get certified in RHCE by learning Ansible, complete Ansible. There will be approximately 20 questions, and if you're able to solve all those 20 questions of Ansible, you are at RHCE certified. And there is obviously some passing criteria. Okay, like 70% you need to score. Okay, so I was just giving this example. Run the server, HTTP server, on port 84. If you're not able to understand, don't worry, I'll make you understand later. So this one line question has at least 15 steps or 15 commands to perform. All right, so it's all about practice. You can't remember 15 commands in just 1 minute. You need a practice, good practice. Repeat the question at least 2-3 times, and try not to sneak peek into the notes. Okay, try to memorize the commands. It's all possible with the help of practice. Don't worry, as we go through the classes, I'll tell you what to do, how to practice. Okay, this is just day one. So yeah. Yes, anyone, any doubt?
Yeah, sir. Abhishek over here again.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to learn one thing. Like after doing this course, should we like enroll in 199 and 134, like something like that, or we can direct go to EX 200?
All right. So let me explain you this as well. When we say RHCSA, so RHCSA learning and certification are two separate things. Learn and certify. So when you have to learn the RHCSA from scratch, there are two courses. Okay, 124 and 134. These are called RH124 and RH134. These are two books, you can say. To learn RHCSA, you need to go through two books. And when you are ready for certifications, which is called EX200, this is the course code or the certification code. So not the course code. The certification code is EX200. So when you enroll for EX200, you also get enrolled for the crash course. Obviously, you need to revise the things, right? So this crash course code is RH199. So when you enroll to EX200 exam, when you pay the fee, you are also enrolled for the crash course. This is RH199. And when you enroll properly, like what are we doing right now? I have combined RH124 and 134 into one single course. Okay. So whatever
Okay.
PPTs you will see, they include the data of RH124 and RH134. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and don't worry, this is not the last time I'm explaining you the certifications and all. I'll be repeating it again and again when there is the right time. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
So
you,
sir,
sir.
RH 199 will be different from 134.
This is the crash course. Okay. Like in RH124, there
For
are
short term.
for just quickly learn Linux.
Okay.
Okay. So it is very good if you are revising Linux. You have already gone through RH124, 134. You want to revise it quickly. RH199 is the crash course.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but if you're a beginner, you don't know what is Linux, you don't know what is operating system, you don't know any command, then RH124 and RH134 is the way. And you have enrolled. If you're enrolled to this course, you will be learning RH124 and 134 through the slides and whatever I do on as a practice or as a demo. All right. Okay. Any other doubt? Atik, you have raised your hand. You have any doubt? Okay. So yeah, just unmute yourself or raise your hand if you have any doubt. All right. Deepak is asking course fee. Course fee. Again, it varies. The best answer can be provided by the sales team. Just simply open the Network King's website. There is a chat button, right? Simply post your query. They'll contact you. Okay. And regarding the exam fee, again, you can contact the chat. You can, post your query in the chat. The reason is, this course fee changes maybe weekly, maybe monthly. Red Hat gives some offers and promotions to networking. Okay, so most of the time I'm not aware. So you can just directly contact the team. They can tell you. All right. Okay, so again, there is one more question which I get a lot, which is like, what to do after Linux? Okay, so what to do after RHCSA? See, again, there are different what do you call it, career paths after learning Linux. Let me highlight that. You learn Linux RHCSA, or we say Linux fundamentals. Then you can proceed your learning in the same direction. Then learn the Ansible. Okay. Once you know automation, then you can learn containers. Containers in a separate dedicated course, which is called OpenShift. This is again from Red Hat.
Sir, can you explain about containers, sir?
Containers, yeah. So in short, I can say it's a next level of virtualization. Right now, what's happening? Virtual machines are used as a server, and these virtual machines are created on a real hardware, okay, on a physical hardware. What is a container? A container is a kind of a, you can say, multiple virtual machines in one virtual machine without sacrificing the performance. Okay. So
Sir,
again,
is it
I'll
different from
hmm.
instance?
Is it different from what?
Instance like Ubuntu's instance
Ah, okay,
multipass
okay.
or
EC2 instance like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it is very different, completely
No,
different.
not EC2 instance, sir. I think there is a new version in Ubuntu which is called multipass, um, in which we can launch multiple instance like in one operating system.
Okay,
I
seems
read in some
familiar with
article. I
Ubuntu.
don't know
With
clearly.
yeah, it seems familiar with container, but I'm not aware of this technology yet. Maybe I didn't came across this news, but yes, it's kind of an instance only. Let me just give you one example. Let's say you have a server. It's a virtual machine, for example, and the server name is server 10. Okay. Inside server 10, I am running HTTP server, multiple instances. HTTP server is running multiple times, which is actually not possible. It is running on the same port, not possible. Those are running on port 80. Again, if you're not able to understand, don't worry. There is time. We will understand everything. Okay. So this is possible only in the case of containers. This is container number one, container two, container three. But in a conventional system, this is not possible. If I am having a virtual machine, it has a name, let's say server 11, and there is no container system in that. So I can run only one instance of web server on port 80. If I want to run another instance, I have to use some other server on some other port number. I cannot use the same one. Okay, so this is the conventional system. If I have to run three web servers, then I will be having three virtual machines. Again, it's not the correct utilization of resources. When I can use the same machine and run three instances, I will be saving two virtual machines that way, saving resources, right? So this is the concept of container, and I'll be explaining you all of this, how to manage them. All right. Okay, so let's have a look at the Red Hat website, redhat.com. So this Red Hat giant, as I told you, is owned by IBM. The deal took place, I think, 2 years back, and it was for like 45 or 47 billion dollars, US dollars. Okay, and now officially Red Hat is part of IBM. Although IBM is not interfering anywhere, you don't see IBM anywhere written, right? Not even the color scheme changed. Everything is the same. The logo is the same. Everything is the same. All right. And when we say Red Hat is just not in the field of operating system. There are multiple applications which Red Hat provides. You can see the products. The list is very long. Okay. So the most popular one is Red Hat operating system. Okay. All right. So Dhruva has a question. Okay. You have 7 years of experience in Cisco. Okay. Yes, absolutely. See, um, as a network engineer, if you want to switch to cloud network engineer or you want to elevate to architect in network, then yes, you need to learn Linux for the sake of applications on which you will be working. Okay, so most of the DevOps applications are on Linux. They perform good on Linux. So companies also prefer Linux operating system. So just for that, you can learn Linux. I'm not saying everyone should go for Red Hat certification. Obviously, it's again on the nature of the job you are working. Let's say you are hired as a system administrator, Linux, then yes, I would suggest you to get certified. Okay, or you're looking for a job in Linux, yes, get certified. It will really help you. Yeah.
How many months of course duration?
Sorry, please come again.
How
Course
many months
duration.
of
Okay, okay.
yeah.
See, the course duration will be of 50 hours maximum. Although normally, if you ask me, the practical scenario is like 40 to 45 hours. So we take 50 hours just for your queries as well. Obviously, you will be having some queries, right? So, so RHCSA is like 50 hours duration course.
Hello.
Okay. Yes. Hello. Any question?
So your screen not.
Manish, my screen is not visible. See, what you can do is you can just rejoin because it's visible for others. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me stop and reshare. Okay, let's see if it affects. Okay, I'm resharing. Still, if you don't see my screen, you can
Yes, okay.
rejoin. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, will you also taught us OpenShift?
OpenShift. No, it's again a different course. OpenShift is a different
Okay.
course. So, like I was saying, what after RHCSA? So
Yeah.
Linux, yeah, Linux is done. Then complete Ansible, again 50 hours course, different course. Containers in OpenShift, again 50 hours course. It's a different course. And this is it. This is actually a magic combination. Just try to search OpenShift in Naukri.com or Monster.com or any online job portal. You'll see number of jobs are available, even for freshers. It is that in demand. Okay. Linux also, okay, alone Linux is also in demand. You will see somewhere around 1,000 jobs available, even for freshers. Okay. Even Ansible is in demand, containers is in demand. So if you know all these things, you become a desirable candidate. Chances of getting your CV shortlisted is really high. And eventually you're going to get calls or maybe emails to apply. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And yeah. So don't worry, this is just the introduction, day one. I just wanted to introduce you to bits and pieces, and eventually we'll go into details when the time comes. And tomorrow we'll do one thing. We are going to see how to create your own virtual machine. Although you can use the online lab, which is really nice, but don't you think as a system admin you should know how to install an operating system in a virtual machine and how to do the management? Okay, so let's get familiar with how to do the installation part, and it's the requirements are very basic. If you have a laptop or desktop with at least 4 GB RAM, this is it. If you have a laptop or a desktop with at least 4 GB RAM, you can create a virtual machine without any problem. Okay. Okay. And yes, today's lecture is a real one. It will be recorded. And if you are enrolled to this course, you will have access to the student portal. Okay. In the student portal, you will see all the videos on daily basis along with the PPTs, which I share on daily basis. Okay. Maybe I'll just upload the complete PPT all at once if you want, or maybe day wise. Okay. Second thing is once you enroll to this course, you get access to labs as well. So you just check your emails. Did you get any labs credentials or not? If not, contact the team, networking's team. They will guide you, or they will again share the credentials. Okay. In the same email, you will see the link to access the lab. For example, for me, like it is rax.nwkings.com:8096. Now, after colon, this port number is different student to student. Okay. So for example, this is my access is in this instance. If I open it, it will ask me for username, password. Obviously, I will authenticate. And this is the lab. Okay. So you have 2 Linux machines online. You can access these machines with a single click. So this is the screen of the Linux machine, which is there on the online lab. The password is test123. You can see the password here also mentioned. Username is user, password is test123, T capital. And this is how you log into a machine. And this is how a Linux, Red Hat Linux looks like. Although this is CentOS. Let me tell you the story of CentOS and Linux also, Red Hat also. See, when we say Red Hat, again, Red Hat is a very big firm, right? and they are into the business of developing a Red Hat operating system and multiple more products. So let's focus on Red Hat. Oh, sorry, RHEL. So when Red Hat team wants to introduce any new enhancement feature or new update to Red Hat Linux, current version is version 9. We will be studying this. Okay. So if they are updating this version 9 or they're pushing some update, what do you think? The updates are directly pushed to this version? No. First, the entire code is tested somewhere on test operating systems, right? So Red Hat has developed two more operating systems. One is called Fedora. Another one is called CentOS. Okay, Fedora is, you can say, level 1 testing platform. It's a test operating system. Whatever code is developed, it will be first tested on Fedora, which means it will contain bugs. Okay, so it contains bugs. It's not stable, contain bugs. Bugs are like errors or misconfigurations like that. Okay, so Fedora is a testing platform. Can you use Fedora? Yes, out of curiosity, you can download, you can install it, create a virtual machine, and check how it looks like. You will see the latest features in Fedora. Okay, but again, all of this is in testing. Second level of testing is done on CentOS operating system. Okay, and when the testing is passed, then the updates are pushed to the real operating system. Real means the production level, RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Okay, so this is the step. These are the steps followed by Red Hat in order to push the updates. So with this method, every time the servers will be getting the fixed code or the stable version of the updates, right? Okay, so on the online lab, we have CentOS. This is CentOS. CentOS and Red Hat Linux are both exactly the same. Okay, CentOS contains bugs, but there are very less. So it contains less bugs, and it is good for learning Linux. Okay, it's the perfect candidate of for learning Linux, Red Hat Linux. Although you can use Red Hat Linux directly, but still, if you are interested, you can have CentOS. The good part with CentOS is it is free to download, free to use, and there is no support. Okay, so you can download this for free, no certificate, no subscription required. You can update. You will be able to update CentOS for free. You can do everything in CentOS for free. Just one downside: there is no support. If you get stuck, you're not able to fix something, then you have to go to internet, go to google.com, search for the problem, and then search for the solution. Nobody from Red Hat can help. Whereas on RHEL 9, experts from Red Hat can help you with the solution. And yes, I have also used Red Hat support multiple times. When I was in, I think in 2016, I was in IBM. There was an issue where I had no clue how to fix it. And there was a deadline of like 1 hour. I had to fix that problem in 1 hour. That server was really critical. So I immediately engaged the Red Hat support, and they were kind enough to help me within that 1 hour time frame, and they fixed it. Also, I got to learn few more things. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, what are we going to do? First, we will see how to prepare your laptop so that you can create a virtual machine. And
Sir,
for creating,
sorry to interrupt.
yes, yes, please.
Actually, I have few questions.
Yes, yes.
Sir, after learning RHCSA, do we understand the full scripting part? Means bash scripting, shell scripting.
Not the entire one, just the introduction part. See, you should know the basics of scripting in RHCSA. All right. And otherwise, if we see what is how much duration or how much hours you need to spend on bash shell scripting to learn complete course, it's like 20 to 25 hours. So you need to invest additional 25 hours for bash shell scripting. Okay. So again, we are going to learn whatever is there in the course. Also, I'll try to add. I have already added some more, things in the PPTs apart from the course as well. Okay, so don't worry. You'll be learning enough of Bash shell scripting so that you're able to start some sort of automation with shell scripting as well. Okay, you will be able to
And
understand the other shell scripts as well.
yeah, and my next question is, in this RHCSA program, do we also know how to deploy this OS in server? I think.
Yeah, this is step number 1. So tomorrow we will see how to deploy a operating system in a virtual machine. You can do it on physical machine also. Yeah.
Yes, Atik here. So I have a question at the moment. So you were telling me about the career path.
Yes.
After I see what you can do Ansible, and then you were saying something else.
Yeah.
Probably you were saying one languages. So OpenShift, yeah.
Yeah.
What about
OpenShift.
Terraform, sir? Ansible with Terraform. What about
Yeah.
this? Number one
So
question. Number second,
that is
what are the
yeah.
other careers, sir?
Hmm.
Because I am a network engineer working for last 5-6 years in the industry here,
Right.
and I'm moving toward the cloud. So with
Okay.
clouds, sir, AWS, Azure, what are the options with Linux I have? That's why I'm interested in this course, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So path I have discussed was number 1, the Linux path,
Yeah, that's
where
number one.
you start with Red Hat fundamentals, you jump to Linux automation, and then you cover the containers. You will be doing the
Mm-hmm.
containers job with Ansible itself. Okay, everything
Mm-hmm.
automated. Second part is the cloud path. Okay, so in cloud path, we normally say as a DevOps engineer. Okay, you can choose any cloud platform, AWS, Azure, GCP. Okay, with that, you have the basic knowledge of Linux. I'm not saying the certification level, the basic knowledge of Linux, or we can say RHCSA, just for time being.
Yes, sir.
All right, and one automation, either Ansible or Terraform, like that. Again, you need to see when we say cloud. In cloud, there are so many services which cloud offers. Like AWS is going to offer like 100 plus services. Azure is offering
Mm-hmm.
50 plus services, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's not like you need to you have to log into the console manually, click on the service, configure. Just it's
Mm-hmm.
not like that, because you're not doing that for one server. Maybe you are doing it for multiple servers. Then you need to do
Mm-hmm.
some automation. Okay, so for that there is Terraform, there is Ansible. So why I stressed on Ansible, because it's not like just for Linux automation. Ansible is a very powerful tool. With Ansible, you can automate. Let me highlight Linux operating systems, Windows, networking devices, cloud platforms, and virtualization platforms. So in cloud platforms, AWS is your GCP. In virtualization platform, let me mention a very popular name, VMware
Yeah, we
vSphere.
can build a vSphere also
Yeah, yeah,
by using
vSphere.
Ansible.
Okay. So VMware vSphere is another a very big player in the industry. When we say virtual machine, mostly they are hosted on VMware vSphere. Okay. So again, Ansible is capable of automating mostly all the tasks on all these platforms, we can say Linux, Windows, networking devices. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
even if you are a network engineer, you see yourself automating things, automating the deployment of network configuration or maintaining the network configuration. Ansible is your friend. Okay. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to jump to cloud as a network engineer, then yes, learn basic Linux, because maybe you need to manage the devices from Linux operating system. Your tools, networking tools are there in the Linux operating system. Okay, so learn you if you know the tool, it's fine. But let's say you want to edit a file in Linux. How to edit? Using VI command. There is a VI command or nano command. So if you know Linux, it will be really easy, a piece of cake to manage things in Linux, right? Maybe to access a file, you need to change a permission. Okay, in Linux. So there is a command chmod. Okay, so it will really help you. It's not mandatory, I know, but it really helps you. And yes, again, Linux is the need of the hour. you should learn, you should know Linux. If even if you are a cloud engineer or Linux or a network engineer, you should know the basics of Linux. Okay.
So what
And
about this Python over network engineers? Where that fits in with Linux?
again,
What's the
again for see Python, Ansible, Terraform, these are all for the automation. Okay. So if you want
Generally,
to do
like
some,
in Ansible, there are some modules, right? All those modules are written in Python.
yes, absolutely. Ansible tool itself is written in Python. The backend is Python. It uses Python libraries, Python code to perform that automation. Ansible is just the interface which makes the job easy. Okay. If I have to add a user in 10 servers, I would have to write at least 5 to 7 lines of code in Python. Whereas in Ansible, just one single line. Okay, so this is the
okay,
difference.
okay.
Ansible software is just the interface. You send some instructions, it is translated into Python code. They are executed on the server side, and this is how things work.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you.
Hello, sir. I want
yeah,
to ask you a question.
yes, yes,
Hello. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yes.
like to, yeah, I want to ask you a question like we have been performing a server, okay? That server got like executed like it's been like it got expired for like the data services.
Mm-hmm.
So if I require additional services, like
Mm-hmm.
if I require like 100 TB or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
so will we be teaching that or not?
You need 100 TB, for example.
Yeah, extra.
Okay, as a hard
Like
disk, right?
yeah, extra we can like give in a var, like we given like 50 TB and start it got expired. Like if we like give to like 100 TB extra, so we'll be teaching that.
Yeah, see, when we talk about storage in Linux or in general in servers, so
Hmm.
the storage or the hard disk comes in two ways. Let's say
Okay.
server 10, for example. In server 10, you know there will be CPU, there will be RAM, then there will be a local disk. This local disk can be 500 gigabyte or maybe 1 terabyte maximum. Let's say you need another disk of 200 terabyte or 100 terabyte. So now how to get that disk? Is there any hard disk available of 100 terabyte in the market? No, not even for the
No,
enterprise,
sir.
not even for the companies, right? So you will be taking this disk from the SAN storage. Okay. So
Correct,
there is
sir.
a yeah, so there is a device called SAN, storage area network, and there are various configurations of SAN device. It can have a storage capacity of let's say 100 terabyte, 150 terabyte, 200 terabyte like that. Internally, there are multiple hard disks in SAN device, and from that SAN device, your server can get the 100 TB hard disk. The data can flow via fiber channel or using the Ethernet cable. Okay.
It also
So
will
yes,
teach all the storage
yeah,
devices.
obviously I'll tell you how to read the disk which is provided by SAN. Obviously, we will not learn anything of SAN. SAN administration is a different topic. I also don't know the SAN commands. But when the SAN administrator is giving you 100 TB disk, you as a system admin should be able to identify this disk, okay, and then use it. I'll tell you how to do that. Okay,
Thank
so
you,
we
sir.
cannot, yeah, we cannot run SAN commands. All see, it's not in the course. Also, I don't know it. So yeah, so we can request the SAN team to give the disk. Once they give the disk, we will run a command to check if it is if it has been identified and we can use it or not, like that. So yeah, so we have a dedicated chapter called storage where we will learn all these things.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. Any other question? Any query?
Sir, is RHCSA is good for security part or in
Uh, I'll not say it's good for security part because you're just learning the introduction to security. So RHCSA is just the intro to security.
and DevOps?
Intro to security and DevOps, yes. Okay. Now, see again, when we say DevOps, can anyone tell me, what do you understand by DevOps?
Developer
Not the
plus
definition,
operation.
that is the definition, but what exactly is DevOps? What are you doing in DevOps?
Generally, we automate the things in
We
DevOps.
automate the task.
Yeah, we try to automate everything in DevOps, starting from the server build to application deployment to testing. There are so many phases. So, generally, DevOps is a working culture. It depends on companies to companies how they have defined the working culture. What tools are they going to use in their, flow in the process? So, DevOps in, let's say, IBM or DevOps in Facebook might be using different tool set. A DevOps engineer in IBM or DevOps engineer in Facebook. So, ultimate goal is you should have the knowledge of a platform in the sense Linux or Windows. Okay, mostly Linux
Sir,
that is
is
used in
it
DevOps. Then you need to yes, please ask your question.
sir, is it different from bots like Autobots?
Bots, BOT.
Yes, sir, BOT.
Yeah,
Is it different from the?
bots and line and automation. I mean, we can say they touch one common topic, but they fundamentally are different. Okay.
Mm, yes, sir.
Okay. So
Like,
next
can
one, like
you
you need to
tell
have.
little bit differences between them?
Sure. What type of bot are you talking about? Because again, when we say bots, there are so many bots available.
Like we create bots to check
Yeah,
like if we have
chatbot.
to
Yeah, for chatbot,
like
there.
chatbot.
Yeah, for chatbot, there is an interface, a kind of a form where you will fill. If the user says hi, what will be your response? What will be your response? If the user says
Uh,
option one, then what to display? So it is all configurable. You don't have to code anything. Chatbots are already created by developers. They give you a
yes,
form
sir.
for the admin where you can mention the things. You can mention the keywords. This is how chatbot works. Okay. Another kind of a
Yes.
bot is which is going to scan your website like a Google bot. It is going to scan the website and see what have you written in the website. Then you can search your website in google.com. If there is no Google bot, your website will not be scanned. And how will search engine work? Again, multiple types of bots are there. Yes, they follow some sort of automation. Yeah, but we cannot say that they're built using Ansible. Ansible is something else. Ansible is a way of automating things in
Oh,
the platform like Windows, Linux, networking devices like that. Okay, so in DevOps, you need to learn platform, at least Linux. Second, automation tool. Okay, and subversion management. Okay, like GitHub. In the automation tool, you have Ansible, Terraform. Okay, like that, and a online repositories like GitHub. You have, and
For
what
monitoring
else?
Splunk,
Yeah, for
Docker.
monitoring.
Splunk logs.
Yeah, so for monitoring, we have Splunk, for example. Okay, and for CI/CD, if you are part of
Containerization.
dev team,
Service nodes.
Jenkins. ServiceNow is a ticketing tool. Let's say monitoring tool has identified a problem on the server. It will generate a ticket on ServiceNow. You log into ServiceNow and check, is there any problem on the server? There will be a ticket. You read the ticket, read the content, try to fix the problem. Okay. So ServiceNow is again a different tool which is used for IT management. You cannot do any action. You cannot take any action over there. It is just reporting things, documenting things. Okay. And someone was saying GitHub is done monitoring.
Hardware.
CI/CD.
1v1v.
Containerization.
Yeah, containerization. Right.
So
So
is
it is
OpenShift
called
similar to Docker?
microservices. Which one? Docker.
Yeah.
Docker is a container. It used to be the most popular operating system. It is, sorry, not popular operating system. The popular tool for containerization. Okay, so till now Docker is very popular. Red Hat also
Similar
used
to OpenShift.
Docker. Yeah, so OpenShift is a package. OpenShift is not just one technology. OpenShift is a package. It's a package of containers. Let me write it somewhere below. Hold on. OpenShift means containers plus Kubernetes plus OpenShift as a dashboard, a kind of a dashboard. So these are the three essential components of OpenShift. With OpenShift course, you learn containers, you learn Kubernetes, you learn the dashboard where you can automate few things with the help of Ansible or just OpenShift dashboard. Again, it's a very lengthy course, 50 hours course, multiple topics. And in the industry, applications are deployed with the help of containers. Okay, with the help of OpenShift, sorry. It's a complete package. You can have complex structure of containers, maybe cluster of containers, okay, like that. Okay, so normally in general sense, we say microservices, Docker container or Podman container. So Podman container is what RHEL is going to use. Earlier, they used to have the Docker command. Now it has been replaced with Podman command. With Podman command, you can start a container, stop a container, like that. Okay. The good part is if you know Docker commands, you will feel comfortable with Podman because the options are the same. It works similar to Docker command. Okay. They have created a similar command of a similar functionality command similar to Docker. Okay. And yeah. So yeah, this is something that we will cover towards the end of the course. Okay. Anything else? All right. Okay, so guys, next time we meet, we are going to start with the basics of the architecture of Linux operating system in general, how commands work, how do you get the output on the screen like that. Then when you finish installing Linux, what folders and files you get. Okay, and obviously how to create a virtual machine. Okay, we will download the Red Hat ISO file. We will get 1 year free subscription license, and then we will install VMware Player. And inside VMware Player, we will create a virtual machine, something like this. Okay, although I have stopped the graphics, I was teaching some other class. So we will get graphics and all. Okay. Also, one update, guys. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Tomorrow is what? 6th and 7th. So on 6th and 7th, there is a function at my home. So I won't be available. I'll ask the team to send you the information. They'll send you an email. Okay. So we will connect again on 8th. Till then, just be ready with your questions if you have from this session or from the previous demo session, and then we'll continue. Okay. So it's my cousin's marriage, so I'll be really busy. Won't get time to start the class.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
So this is it
Sure,
for
sure.
today. Yeah. So this is it for today.
Is
We'll
there
meet. Yeah. Tell me.
is there any VMware course in your networking?
In networkings, there used to be VMware vSphere course, but let me confirm. Or you can also confirm. Just go to the chat, ask them.
Like
Previously, we
VM,
started this.
if it is there like a 6.7 version or 7 version.
6.7 or maybe 7 version will be there. Yeah, let me just confirm.
7.1.
Yeah, 7.1. Yeah, I think six
Sir,
has been.
sir,
Yeah.
yeah, sir, I asked you like a question like I'm working in a data center.
Mhm.
So I like to know like if we can like enhance like VMs and all everything in the system.
Mhm.
Is it
Uh,
okay?
so you can create the VMs in the system, like in your laptop.
Yeah.
Yes. On 8th of December, when we again connect, I'll teach you. I'll teach everyone how to create a
Yes, sir.
virtual machine in your laptop. Okay.
And extra from that, like we can get a LAN ID and like something else like a
Informations.
Gemini. Yeah.
Yeah. Once the virtual machine is deployed, we can get the information like how much CPU is there, how much of a RAM is there, what is the IP address of the machine.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
it's very easy. It's it's part of the installation.
And apart from that, like we can get like if I can give you like extra RAM or extra CPU, so can you get it?
Yeah, we can, if required, we can add more CPU, we can add more RAM. It's very easy. Just have a look. This is the virtual machine player, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay, when I go to the settings of this virtual machine, I get to see the hardware details. How much memory is used? 2 GB is added in this virtual machine. How much processor? Only one CPU. How
Hmm.
many hard disks? I have connected 4 hard disks I have connected to this virtual machine. It's
Correct, sir.
all configurable. You can add, remove the hardware. Do you see the add, remove buttons? You can do it from here. You can add a new
No,
hard
no,
disk.
no.
You can add.
My question is like that. If I want to like add 100 GB in the VAR folder, so can I do that?
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah. Can you will we teaching that or not?
Yes. You want
Okay,
to
thank you,
add.
sir.
You want to add 100 GB in /var, right?
Yeah, self VAR.
Right.
Correct.
It's part of the course. Obviously, it's part of the topic of storage.
Correct,
Okay,
sir.
this is called mounting. So we will
Yeah.
learn mounting.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the best VM player for to learn the
Virtual machine. I would recommend VMware workstation player to build a virtual machine. So maybe on the next time we meet, I'm going to share this PPTs and all. We have all the links, like how to download the VMware player. It's a direct link to download. Okay, download the ISO files and all that. Although there are multiple platforms like VirtualBox, Hyper-V, but as a fresher, I would suggest you guys to use VMware player. Okay. All right, and yeah, so this is it, guys. We'll meet next time. Till then, bye bye. Good night. Have a good day.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Yes, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.